See, on the road to Damascus, he had an interaction with God. Ended up knocked off of his horse and made blind. But in the process of that, he was in a tomb. He was in the dark. He was lonely. He was being broken. But he was being broken because God's process was he had to break down Paul's pride. He had to get Paul knocked down off of that pedestal he had set himself on. He had to knock him off of all of the tradition that he trusted in and get him to understand that Paul needed to trust him. Amen? Because Paul was going to be a messenger to the Gentiles. Paul is one of the main reasons that you and I are saved today. Paul writing in this word. Paul's word being anointed of God and being collected through the centuries and passed down from generation to generation so that we can read his words. Amen. Job is another example. We find that he was in the land of Uz. And the day came when, the sons of God gathered together and, Satan wanted to get at him, but, he said, I can't touch him because you got him hedged up. You got him protected. And God removed the hedge and allowed Satan to test him and to tempt him and to persecute him. Now, that doesn't seem like a fair situation. Job didn't have no say in the matter. But really, Job did have a say in the matter. He had made a choice. He said, God, I trust you. I trust you to work things for my good. And in the process of that, what God did is God used Job to be a testimony for us. You say, well, how was that good for Job? Well, we'll get there. But we can see all that Job went through and God never forsook him. We can see all that Job went through, but God never let Satan have complete power over him. And Satan couldn't do anything to him without God's permission. Be encouraged with that. The enemy can't do anything to you without permission. Amen? So stop giving permission. In the end, we find that the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than the beginning. Job was blessed. In his day, he was a billionaire. But God blessed his latter end even more than his beginning. Amen. Be careful. Job could have just wallowed in the dirt, but he chose to trust God in the process. Be careful what you give your power to. Stop giving power to fear by looking at your trials like they're tombs, like it's a dead end, like there's no escape, like it is the end of your road. When you think about your fears, you give them power. Because thoughts have power. What you think has power over your life. Amen? If you think that you're always sick, there's a condition for that. It's called hypochondria. Scientists, psychologists, they'll all tell you. If a person constantly thinks that they're going to be sick, they're going to be sick. Amen? But when people when people choose to be positive, when they choose to think healthy, when they choose to think in a positive manner, good things happen in their lives. The Bible tells us that strongholds are thoughts and beliefs that are contrary to the will of God. Strongholds imply places of power, and the power is due to thoughts. 2 Corinthians 10, 4 and 5, you can read about the strongholds. If thoughts are the power behind strongholds, then we should give careful attention to the thoughts that we think. Yes. Thoughts reinforce what we believe, and our beliefs give strength to take action. What you think. Think about a situation where a person is just completely overwhelmed. What happens? They freeze, right? They just freeze. Their thoughts, they can't think anything, so they don't do anything. Have you ever seen somebody that just totally got scared to death? Somebody jumped out. It wasn't anything dangerous. Just somebody just caught them off guard. Scared them to death. What did they do? They panicked. They took off running. They may have been screaming. They may have been flailing their arms. Ah! But their thoughts were danger. Get away. Run. They just panicked. Then other times you have situations where maybe you've even had your own kind of situation where something dire, something desperate, something very dangerous was happening in your life, and somehow you just had calm. You just had peace. Maybe it was a tornado that was about to hit your house, but you just were calm. And everybody around you was panicking, but you were just calm. What were you thinking? I mean, those thoughts that are going on in our mind determine how we act. The way we think drives our action. So what we think needs to be paid careful attention to, because what we think is going to come out in what we do. Amen? Our thoughts reinforce our beliefs, and our beliefs give us strength to take action. So the way we think about things has a huge impact on how we experience our life. Seeing that our thoughts have so much power, we should consider carefully what we give our power to. Put your power into the things of God. Put your thinking into God and His benefits and His ability to meet our needs. Start putting faith in God's resurrection power to turn your tombs into training for triumph. Amen? If you're in a tomb right now, trust that God has allowed you to go there because He's making you stronger for what He's about to bring you into. He's training you to be equipped to handle the blessing that's coming. See, Joseph couldn't have handled being the Lord of Egypt as a 17-year-old when he was having these dreams. He wasn't ready. He wasn't trained. He wasn't equipped. He was just a young kid that didn't know how to handle things. And he told the dreams, and it got him put in a pit, and it got him sold into slavery, and it got him thrown into prison. But in all of those things, he learned a lot of things. He experienced a lot of things that gave him the ability to understand how to deal with people, how to plan, how to strategize, how to set priorities, how to do the things that he needed to do. And when he got put in that position, he was completely empowered. He knew exactly what needed to be done. And he did it, and he saved Egypt, and he saved Israel, he saved his family, he saved the known world at the time through a 7-year family. Amen? Because he was equipped. You've got to go through the trial to be equipped. You can't get growth in the comfort zone. We can't ascend to the throne and think we got it under control if we've never gone through anything. And if you're going through something right now, take joy in it and trust God through the process. It's not fun. It's not an enjoyment. It's not a joy ride. But trust God and look beyond the trial to what He's going to do on the other side. Amen? Start putting your faith in His resurrection power to turn your tombs into training for triumphs. He can transform your trials into triumphs. Turn your test into that testimony. And turn your mess into your message. Yes. Amen? Stop thinking about your lack and start thinking about your provider. Yes. Stop thinking about your hurt and start thinking about your healer. Amen. Stop thinking about your fear and put your thoughts on your Father. Yeah. Amen? Somebody stand.